I'm Mark McCarthy with the Star Herald, and welcome to Table Talk. Our guest today is Angela Kembel. She's the owner of Cappuccino & Company and president of the Downtown Scottsbluff Association. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
So tell us a little of your background, how you started your business, and how you got involved with Downtown Scottsbluff.
Oh, let's see. I've had Cappuccino & Company for 6 years now. I worked there in high school, and then the business came up for sale by the second owner, and it kind of came full circle for me. I was able to get back into coffee after having been there a little bit in high school. It's been a really awesome thing for the last 6 years, and because of my presence as a business owner downtown, I've been able to become very involved with the Downtown Scottsbluff Association, and some days I'm kind of just deciding what we're going to do and trying to get some events going and that kind of thing downtown. But it's been really gratifying, and then this year I'm the manager for the Scottsbluff Farmers Market in the 18th Street Plaza as well, and it's neat to have a hand in what goes on in the community, especially in the downtown space, so I'm glad to do it.
Does that involvement in the community come because you grew up here?
I would say there's a connection there for sure. I'm passionate about this area, the people here, and my parents are very giving, and I like their community involvement, and so that's something I was raised with. So it's natural to me to get involved with things that I enjoy and try to support the people around me.
Good. You mentioned the farmers market. Tell us what's coming up in downtown Scottsbluff. I know you've got an event coming up for that.
For the farmers market specifically, yes, we have our second Family Day event that we're doing, and that is September 7th. That's going to be from 8 to 11 a.m. as the farmers market typically is. And on the 7th, we're going to have some extra things for kids. So when they come down with their families, they can find face painting, cotton candy, snow cones. There'll be some other things oriented toward kids and families especially. The market's already a great place for families to come, of course. There's lots of delicious things there, and there's artwork to look at, vendors of all kinds. But this day will be even more geared toward younger children and their parents.
And you were telling me last week that you're already trying to figure out the Christmas parade?
Yes, planning for the Christmas parade can never begin too soon because there's a lot of moving parts. I'm always looking for people that wish to be involved. In the past we've had bell choirs, we've had unicyclists, we've had all kinds of interesting things. So my gears start turning as summer starts coming to a close and I start planning the parade.
How can people contact you if they want to be involved?
I'm probably one of the easier people to find in this area. My name, phone number, email, etc. are on the Cappuccino & Company page on Facebook, the Downtown Scottsbluff Association Facebook page, the Farmers Market page, but my number is 765-0599 if anybody wants to call or text that to get their questions answered. And I'm glad to talk to people about upcoming events, accept volunteer offers, and really just get as many people involved as possible in anything that's going on in the downtown. People don't need to be downtown business owners to be involved in events that are happening in the space.
Why do you see it as important to a city like Scottsbluff to have a strong downtown business community?
I would say that's true for any city, any town, regardless of size. The downtown can be the heartbeat of a community if it's allowed to be, and it's a great gathering spot for people. That's why I'm so grateful for the 18th Street Plaza and the work that has been done on that thus far. I know there's more to come, but it's a great meeting spot, a central location where everybody knows what you're talking about when you say the 18th Street Plaza, and so it's been really nice to have something like that downtown. I think downtown retailers have a unique opportunity right now to differentiate themselves from online retailers and offer a really excellent in-store experience that will cause people to come and visit them instead of only always ordering online, but it takes some outside of the box thinking.
Right. What do you see as the keys to having a vibrant downtown?
I would say individual involvement is a really important thing. It's very easy to sit back and wait for other people to get things done, but for business owners in the downtown space especially, reach out to me. Let's chat about what's going on, what you can do to get involved, even in a small way. Something as simple as distributing a poster or sharing a Facebook post can sometimes make a huge difference in the success or failure of what's happening in the downtown.
I know that you do some traveling to other cities and different communities. What is something that you've seen that's been successful outside of Scottsbluff that you would like to see here?
Collaborative spaces are my current passion. I purposefully visit them in Denver anytime that I go. So Broadway Market, Milk Market, there's lots of different spaces where a large building incorporates many vendors or many businesses, and they have this symbiotic relationship where they're all benefiting from one another. Someone may come in to get fresh flowers at the florist, for example, but then they might get some curry at the curry shop and finish it off with an ice cream. And it creates a really great spot for a customer, of course, because there's so many options, but for the business businesses themselves, they get to share customers and work together on promotions and offerings and events. So I would love to be a part of the development of a collaborative space in our community. I'm always keeping my eye out for a possibility.
Right. So on the other end of that, what has Scottsbluff already done that you see as the biggest benefits to downtown right now?
Ooh, benefits to the downtown on the plaza, as I mentioned. I think that's a really important thing, that space there, and I'm excited for its continued development. I sit on a board called the Business Improvement District, and we're talking about the next steps for the plaza to make that even more event-friendly. I think the Bands on Broadway events that happened this summer, 6 weeks of free concerts to the community, that was awesome. That was exciting. I was glad to be a part of that. We're already planning for next year. We'll probably do 7 weeks next year, and the community response to that was great. So outdoor gathering spaces, events, just something happening regularly in the downtown to keep the downtown in the front of people's minds, I think is important. That's been a very valuable thing. And then I'm proud of newer businesses downtown that have worked to stand out, to differentiate themselves, to bring customers in and get more traffic in the downtown area too.
You've already talked a little bit about this, but how important are community events like Family Night Out, Bands on Broadway, Food Truck Fridays that are going to be coming up?
I think those are key. I enjoy being in communities where it feels like something's always going on. Will I choose to be a part of every event? Probably not, but I'm happy to know that they're going on, that I can send my friends to them, that I can be aware of them. Maybe I will drop in for a few minutes. Food Truck Fridays, for example. Will I eat that food every single Friday for the whole month of September? Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. But I'm going to check it out probably every week because I like to see people. I like to see what's going on in the downtown space. And so that's yet another little new thing this year that we can all support as a community, and then it's likely to come back again.
There's empty businesses downtown. What would you like to see happen in those? Or there's probably not really a whole lot that you can do about it, but what would be your vision?
I've definitely tried to share some information about downtown properties that are for rent or for sale, so that I'm hoping that it falls on the right ears. And that would be maybe an entrepreneur that has a good business idea. They've talked to other entrepreneurs or maybe a business coach, and they've recognized that this is an idea that they could really make some money off of. It's not too niche. It's something that the community needs. I'm hoping that we can get some new businesses started downtown, and I hope that they're going to be well fleshed out business ideas, because it's difficult for me sometimes to watch somebody open a business out of their passion, and because of a measure of perhaps poor planning or a misunderstanding of what the community is going to want, those businesses don't last as long as they should. And so I'm always available to provide some business support for somebody that's thinking about starting a business, not because I know it all, but because I have connections and network experience. And so I would love to help somebody talk to other business professionals and see if their idea would fly, and get some advice on the front end, because there's so many lessons that have been learned the hard way in the business community, and it's great to be able to share those with people, but they need to seek out that information first. Mm-hmm. So it's a very supportive community in the downtown space. I feel a kinship with every business owner down there. I'm always welcome in everybody else's store and vice versa. It's been neat to be a part of that network.
What do you see as the role of the city and city government in trying to revitalize the area?
I have been very gratified by the role of the city lately. Star from the city has been a wonderful ally to the downtown, and her ideas helped propel forward Bands on Broadway, Food Truck Fridays, and it's just really good to know that we have such a solid ally at the city, somebody that wants to see as many events as possible happen. She's taking ideas from larger communities, other communities, and we're making our own hometown version of it, and so far it's going really well.
Now, you were saying you've had Cappuccino Company for 6 years?
6 years, yeah.
Tell people what they can expect when they go into your business.
My business tries to be a little slice of bigger city in a small town. So sometimes we get comments about our atmosphere or the items on our menu that they are a little bit more than somebody would expect in small town Nebraska. That's wonderful, that's what we want. But the friendliness that we display there is very much small town Nebraska, and we're going to hold on to that with everything that we've got. So while you can get a bulletproof coffee, you can also expect the barista to learn your name and greet you with excitement next time you come in, because it's a very family-oriented atmosphere there. But we serve food all day, breakfast and lunch, we make deliveries, we do catering. We try to be as flexible as possible for this small community so that we can offer something for everyone. I think in larger cities, sometimes times a coffee shop can get away with having 5 or 10 items and a pretty limited offering and not a lot of auxiliary services that they provide. But here in this town, we're trying to really appeal to a broad audience. And so we're making boba tea and chicken salad croissant sandwiches and fruit smoothies and all kinds of delicious things that could appeal to someone who's not particularly a coffee drinker. And that makes us a really neat community space. It's cool to be able to see people from all walks of life come in and spend time. We have members of law enforcement that regularly visit the shop in the morning, which just makes us feel really safe, for one thing. No matter what happens, we'll be prepared for that. But we love being a gathering spot. Similar to the downtown in general, I think a coffee shop can be the heart of a downtown, and we take that responsibility very seriously.
So with the gatherings at the coffee shop, is that listening to people talking in there, does that help you with some of the ideas for downtown?
Sometimes it does, yeah, and I'll often solicit feedback on Facebook as well, asking people, what would you like to see here? What's been going well? What do you think this town could benefit from? And the insight that I get from people is great, and it's often from people whose points of view are first and foremost positive. They're looking to see what has been working well in this area and then making friendly suggestions for what to do next. I think people's minds close when they're being negative about what's already at play, and so it's good to know that so many of my friends and also our customers at Cappuccino and Company have an overwhelmingly positive view of the community, and that's where the most change comes, is from having a sunny side up outlook to what's happening here.
Well, thank you for your time. Thank you for everything that you do. We appreciate you coming in and sitting down and talking with us.
Thank you for your time.